On February the 12th this year, the foot and mouth disease outbreak was formally declared a national disaster in terms of the Disaster Management Act 57 of 2002. It recognised that FMD is not simply an animal health issue. It is a threat to food security, livelihoods, jobs, and the agricultural economy of South Africa and Gauteng. This declaration enabled coordinated action across all spheres of government to contain the outbreak, protect livestock, and safeguard livelihoods and food security in South Africa. Allow me to take this House back to COVID, like FMD, a contagious virus, where we all wore masks and were not allowed outside our homes as the virus spreads through droplet contamination. In exactly the same way, we must stop all movement of cloven-hoofed animals to prevent infected animals from spreading this destructive disease. But to truly understand why this motion matters, we must move beyond the statistics and understand what this crisis looks like through the eyes of a farmer. Imagine a farmer and his team of dedicated farm workers. For them, their livestock are more than assets. They are a result of generations of hard work, sacrifice, and hope. And then FMD arrived. An infected animal develops painful blisters and sores in its mouth, on its tongue, its gums, and its hooves. It struggles to eat. It struggles to walk. Excessive saliva hangs from its mouth. And animals that once moved freely across the veldt now lie down in pain and starve. Young calves die. I have seen footage of hundreds of beautiful young calves being discarded in trenches while farmers and workers stood nearby in tears. These were not merely animals. They were animals they had helped bring into the world, animals they had nurtured and cared for. Dairy cows face additional agony, developing painful ulcers and severe mastitis. Milk production collapses, and even after recovery, animals can lose up to 80% of their previous productivity. The only way we can control, and we must control this virus, is to prevent the spreading of this contagious disease. Once infected animals move through auctions, communal grazing areas, transport routes and farms, the virus moves with them. And that is why movement control is not a bureaucratic exercise, but a frontline defense against the spread of this disease. Every uncontrolled and roaming animal creates the possibility of another outbreak and another farming family facing financial ruin. Only once movement is effectively controlled can vaccination achieve its intended purpose. Without movement control, the disease spreads faster than vaccines can be administered. Now, what makes this tragedy even more concerning is that Gauteng is not powerless in this fight. The Animal Diseases Act 35 of 1984 places clear responsibilities on the province. This act does not merely give the provinces power, but it places a responsibility on the province to actively prevent the spread of disease. The province has a clear constitutional and operational responsibility when it comes to controlling FMD. The province is responsible for enforcing movement controls, supporting roadblocks and inspections, for surveillance, monitoring outbreaks and tracing infected animals, and for ensuring quarantine measures are implemented, for coordinating municipalities, veterinarians, law enforcement and disaster management structures. And perhaps most importantly, the province is responsible for ensuring that farmers receive clear, accurate and timely information. We owe our farmers and our communities action, and that is precisely why the DA has brought this motion before the House. we are calling for the following: a public vaccine distribution plan, an audit of municipal commonage and livestock land, for municipalities to report on fencing, quarantine facilities and biosecurity measures, an intergovernmental foot and mouth disease task team, after clear reporting mechanisms, active disaster management involvement and defined accountability between provincial and municipal government. Honourable Deputy Chair of Chairs, these are not political demands. These are practical interventions designed to protect our farmers, our workers and our consumers. The people of Gauteng are asking for the reassurance that somebody is fighting for them as hard as they are fighting to save their farms, their workers and their livelihoods. Today, we have an opportunity to provide that reassurance. I thank you.